Well, I've swapped over to a 13-foot rod now. Hopefully you can see the tip there. The pace is picked up a little tiny bit. I'm actually fishing an 1.5 ounce feeder, but I've actually upped the capacity of the feeder as well, because there's obviously a few fish in the area. So I've just upped it. Could have a few casts with a bit bigger feeder, then I'll drop back down to the next size down. Just keep that little bit of extra bait in the swim. Like I say, the pace is picked up a little tiny bit now. Is there running the water off. It's actually probably dropped a good 6 inches, I would have thought, since I started fishing. So I'm fishing a Cadence 13-foot number 3, 5-pound main line. Got no 12 hook length, an 1.5 ounce feeder. Setup is exactly the same except for the hook and the hook length. Everything is the same. Fishing a Matrix SW feeder, which there's 1 or 2 fish around, slightly heavier rod. I can bend into the fish without any fear of straightening the hook. Any sort of movement on the tip that I feel is a bite, I'm actually hitting now. Especially with this bit heavier setup, I know the feeder is not going to bounce along the bottom. The wind's making it a little bit difficult because it's sort of blowing the tip about a bit, but the bites we're looking for, well, you're going to get a nice tap on the tip, or that's going to be a drop back now. So like I say, with that slightly heavier feeder, they're going to have to dislodge it a lot harder to get the drop back, but I'm in control of what I'm doing. Well, I think I am. You never know, I might not be. Time will tell. It's early days. Have a look. It's 11 o'clock now. I actually started it, the very first cast was 9:20. So I've had 1 bream, I've had a few skimmers as well, some nice size skimmers, and I've had just out 1 roach. Now on treble dead maggot, I'm actually going to open up the worm in a bit, and I'm not going to feed any worm. I'm actually going to fish, knock the top off the worm, and I'm going to actually fish a segment of worm. So if there is a few fish out there, chopping and changing might keep bringing 1 or 2 to the bank. Now, I'm not leaving it any longer than about 10 minutes now. So I know there's been 1 or 2 fishing around in the area, so I want to keep that bait going in. Hopefully entice 1 or 2 more bream into the area before the session comes to a close. Come on, my booty. Of course, and if all else does fail, we've got the flask. And we've also got some Marmite sandwiches. Love or hate, I'm an absolute lover of it. I think anybody who don't like Marmite's a little bit weird. Either that, it could be the other way around. I haven't really had much of an indication the last couple of casts, so what I will do, the next cast out, I'm actually going to put a piece of worm on. Open these worms up. Beautiful worms. could say. They're absolutely perfecto. So next cast, unless I get an indication this time, go about another 5 minutes, leave it out there. Don't get an indication now, I'm going on the worm. Just to see if I can get that instant response without change of hook bait. It could be a case of actually up the size of the feed, it's actually too heavy. So I can always drop down to the previous rod, just to see if that does make a difference. So there's plenty of bits and pieces you can do to ring the changes to see if you can get 1 or 2 more bites. Oh, in the weeds. Something got some fight in them. Gone back to the other rod, 13-foot one, put a couple of maggots on. I've been on the worm for about 20 minutes without a bite, just got a skimmer. Just amazing what the change can do. It's probably been sat half hour without even an indication. Thought I'd try a worm, so like I say, give it about 20 minutes and nothing. I've just gone back out with this on a double red, dead red, and like I say, just had one. Just got to keep chopping and changing, just to try and keep 1 or 2 fish coming, I think, today. Still on the clip, rod up. Coffee time. T-shirt weather. About time too. Last fish came within about 10 minutes of it being in the water. So like I say, I'm not sort of leaving it any longer than 10 minutes now. Able to see the rod there? So now on a 13-foot number 2, 1.5 ounce tip, an ounce feeder with a 10 gram add-on. A lot of people sort of message me and have asked me locally sort of whereabouts I am throughout the year. Like I say, I've fished it a few times. I cut the peg out to start the season. It's not being rude or anything like that, but I haven't really sort of let on whereabouts it is. A couple of anglers know. The ones I can trust more than anything else. I know another person has actually fished it this year, but I don't mind that. But like I say, it's nice to have a sort of an area where you can drop back in on and do one or two bits in pieces. I've fished the slider here, I've fished the pole here, fished the pole with pellet in the summer here. The very first day of the season here, I actually started at midnight. And she's come up trumps with a few fish today. Hopefully get a few more. Let's see. So he's chopping and changing. Got 3 lots of hook lengths, so 012, I've got 010, different hook patterns. Got the old WGF. Amazing, take the camera off the rod. Go on bite straight away. Not a big fish. Can be a roach. In fact, it is a roach. It's a nice roach as well. It's a very welcoming roach. Beautiful fish. Well, just about got to the end of the session now, and I've got to say, it's been very, very rewarding. Nice net of skimmers. Got a couple of bream. Not big fish. A lot of flying fish. But all in all, it's been absolutely brilliant. Getting close to the end of the season. I don't think we can grumble at that somewhere along the line, can we? Absolutely great. That's about the biggest one there. Beautiful fish. Oosh.